All right. This is a task for everybody who is in my group. And again, as I have already said, I'm going to explain this task in English, and briefly I will introduce this task in Uzbek at the end of this video. I'm not going to steal a lot of your time. I'm going to take around 10 minutes to explain what the task is. All right. Is everybody following me? I'm going to share my screen to explain what you should do. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick up a topic from the Cambridge tests. We can start with the one which is the last one. Well, actually, it's not the last one. It's Cambridge 14. We've got Cambridge 15 already, but let's take it as the last one. You're going to, all right, 1 second, please. I need to scroll down. So what we're going to do is try to prepare some materials for ourselves in order to be ready for any type of speaking and writing test. At the same time, you will have some knowledge and vocabulary for your speaking test. Um, okay, so I don't really like calling speaking test as a speaking test. I like calling this an investigation test. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so here we go. This is the speaking part of the test. Sultan, please, if you're not in the chat room, please. Oops. Okay, is Sultan over here? Join the chat. Join the Zoom. We are having. Okay. Um, so what you're gonna do is let's talk about this exactly. Okay. Can you see the screen? The screen that I have shared. Okay. So you can see the screen. I'm going to send you the topics that you need to work with. Okay, so um, part well, basically, and the most importantly, you need to work with part two. Here we go. Um, what you need to do is you're not supposed to answer every single question which is over here. What you need to do exactly is to read what kind of question you've got. All right. So the main general topic of the question. What do you think is the general topic of this question? Here it says describe a book that you enjoyed reading because you had to think a lot. All right, we're not going to pay attention to the rest part. Well, we're going to pay attention to the general part of the question. What is the general part of the question? Uh, it's about books. Okay, so you need to talk about books. What we're going to do, what we're going to try to do is to open Google. Okay, so you're going to open Google. Um, if you work on your computer, that's going to be perfect. If you don't have a computer, but if you were going to work on your telephone, that's even okay, because what you're going to do is you're going to write down every single thing on a notebook. You're going to get one notebook. All right, so there are some tasks that you need to do. I'm going to tell you at the end, but before, I'm going to explain what exactly you have to do within this, let's say, starting from 11:30 until 2 p.m. Okay, so we're going to meet up with you at 2 p.m. again. I will try to explain and I will try to check how well you've done. And yeah, you're going to see how well you've done yourself. Okay, so you're going to go and type in Google. Okay, so you're going to write down Google search. And okay, so I might have some problems while I'm working with internet with my voice or internet connection. If you don't understand those things, some of the things, I'm going to upload this video later, like in 30 minutes on YouTube, so you can watch it and then learn what to do again, once again. Okay, so you're going to go Google and type the role of books. Yeah, just write down role of books in our life. Okay, so you'll find out lots of information related to books. What I started doing is I uh, opened one Word file on my computer. Okay, I can see that people are jumping out of this chat. Is this because of the internet connection? I don't know exactly. Okay, so you're gonna watch this video later again. So what I did is I have opened a Word file which is called investigation test. Actually, as I have already said, I don't like calling speaking test as a speaking test because it's more like an investigation test. All right, I will explain why I call this investigate as an investigation test. Um, I have opened a file where I have started writing, I have started collecting information related to one topic. So, for example, this topic, which is from Cambridge 14, which is pretty much the last one of IELTS Cambridge publishers. Okay, so we'll be generally looking at general topics like whether it's a book or it's a hobby or it's some kind of a sport that you do, depending on what kind of thing you know, you're going to work on exactly that general topic. For example, first test of the second part of the first test is about books. So you're going to write down everything that you know. You're going to collect as much as possible topic about books. Okay, so I have in Google, I have written down uh, the roles of books in our life, which is, I guess it's going to be interesting for me to read. And I have found this very interesting report. And then I jumped into that site and started reading interesting information related to books. And then I found this very interesting report over here, which is really interesting, which is really going to help me in getting some ideas what to speak. For example, books play a significant role in our life. They say that when you open a book, you open a new world. I believe that everyone would agree with this statement, as books have become inevitable to mankind. For the majority of people, books are part of their everyday life. Um, I couldn't hear. I didn't listen what we should do and do with the Google. I am going. Okay, I am going to upload the video very soon. Okay. Um, so what you do is to find out some kind of what you're going to do right now is to become a very good researcher. Okay, so what you're going to do is like you're going to search on internet topics related to the general topic of the question. For example, again, I'm not I'm not saying that you need to answer exactly to this question because the question asks you here, the question asks you, describe a book that you enjoy reading because you had to think a lot. Okay, you're not answering to this very question. You are looking for information that is generally about books, where you will grab some vocabularies, where you will grab some ideas, and that's going to be helpful to improve your speaking, to improve your writing, to have some ideas related to this. Okay, so you might ask, what is it related to uh, the book that you enjoy reading? Um, so in while you are doing reading, you don't really need to talk only about the book that you enjoy reading. You can take some ideas out of this topic, out of this report. So what I did is I just copied down the most important parts of this report and put it in my Word file, which I have on my computer. So I wrote positive sides of books. Books play. So I copied very important parts, significant parts of that report, and that is what I'm going to try to use. I'm going to try to read it as many times as I want because here I can find some words or I can find some brilliant ideas. Here you can see ideas that are positive about books. In my opinion, reading is a perfect hobby, and I'm sure that lots of people would agree. There are a lot of wonderful reasons why reading is important. You see, I'm not only thinking about what is reading, what is a book. It's all about the book and the reading inside the book. Here are a few reasons why you should consider reading a book. So you can see one, two, three, four, five, and six and seven reasons why I should consider reading a book. So this is how I'm going to improve my vocabulary. This is how I'm going to get more ideas about reading, more ideas about books, and a lot of more ideas. Again, it's not only about ideas. I'm going to improve my vocabulary. That's the most important thing. What this is going to help me with my what? With my reading skills, which is actually called not a really reading test, a vocabulary test. Okay. I know most of you have trouble with your reading test. And how do you want to improve your reading? Just by doing, well, just by learning a lot of vocabulary words. Otherwise, you will not succeed in reading tests. So this kind of task that you're going to do now, from now on, is going to help you a lot. You're going to do everything. For example, you're going to search all the information which is related to books. Okay, so you're going to write down some positive things about books, and at the same time, don't forget to write down some negative things about books, because there are lots of topics, but they go around one topic. For example, they can ask you what is your last book that you have read? What is your best book that you have read? What is the worst book that you have read? What is the most let's say what is the most famous book in your country? Okay, so they can also ask, what do you think about reading? When they ask you, what do you think about reading, you can give these reasons. You can count down seven main reasons to support your ideas. The same thing might happen with your writing. In your writing, they might ask you, what do you think? What are the advantages and disadvantages of reading a book? So you're going to write down all this if you remember everything, every single thing. All right. So you may make a report. You may make a very small report or a huge report related to general topic. Well, general topics could be books. They could be sports. They could be about environment, about your countries. Okay. So about animals, many things. How are you going to identify what is the general topic? We're going to look at every single topic. Okay, let's take a look. Is it clear so far, guys? Am I clearly explaining you the task that you need to do? If you don't understand, please let me know what is the main task that you need to do. I think I am trying to explain without any doubt. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to explain otherwise. I mean, I'm trying to explain every single thing in details. Okay, so you're going to look for positive things about books and look for negative things about books. I'm going to send this link. I can even send this link to everybody. You can read this uh, from internet. Okay, I'm going to send it to everybody. Here's a link to the report about books, what kind of role they play in our life. I have sent a link to everybody by Telegram so you can later open it, read, and what I advise you to do, if you don't have a computer where you can store your ideas, it is better for you to write them on a piece of paper. What my student Ulubek is now doing, he's writing it down. Look at him. He is writing down the same report. Say hello, Ulubek. Say hello. Okay, so as you can see, he's doing the same activity. A good thing about him is he's under control. I am controlling him every single thing that he is doing. I can't control you what you're doing, but this all depends on your uh, yeah. Yeah, it all depends on you. If you want to achieve high score and if you want to get what you want, please do what I'm saying, okay? Because I can see the result in his English, although he was more than zero. He was not even a zero when he started learning English, but now he has changed. He's got some good results. So, um, okay, let's go to test two, okay, and see what the general topic of that question is. Okay, so I'm going to send you this part two questions to your Telegram, and then you're going to identify what the general topic of that question is. Now you're going to work with general topics. It's not writing task two. You're not going to identify the specific topic of the question. You're going to identify the general topic of that question, and you're going to work with that topic. Okay, so take a look at part two, question of test two, and tell me, write down what is the general topic of this question. Describe something you liked very much, which you bought for your home. What is the general topic of this question? Describe something that you liked very much, which you bought for your home. Boat. Um, okay. So what are you, how are you going to search on Google? What are you going to write? What are you going to type on Google to get some ideas? What are you going to write down and what are you going to search on Google? Okay, let me know. What do you think is the general topic of this question? Favorite home subject. Great. Think favorite home subjects. Um, home subjects, or the very general topic of this question would be um, favorite things. Yeah, good things to buy and bad things to buy. Or yeah, favorite home subjects. Home equipment that you like. Home equipment. That's great. I like it. I like it. Great. Now you guys are using these brilliant words. I like them. You want to see the quality? It's great. Um, he's going to be under your test. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to this later, but let me know. Okay, once again, let me know what do you think is the general topic. So there could be different general topics, but the main topic here. So it says, yeah, as Sultan already said, boat, boat, boat. So um, here I would say shopping is the main topic. Okay, you should search for things related to shopping, vocabularies related to shopping, how you paid, yeah, what you bought, how did you buy this, where did you go to buy this, how did you pay for that, uh, how did you bring it home, and all the things that is related to buying. Okay, it's not about home equipment. Yeah, home equipment, good, but this is not a general. You need to make sure that your topic is broadly approaching to everything. So it's not only about the equipment that you buy for your house. You can talk about and you can think about the equipment that you buy for your, let's say, for your car, for your brother, sister, or whatever, whoever. All right. So you can talk about things that you buy. Uh, Here they are tricking you. You know, they are tricking you by saying vote for your home. Okay, so you may think about things that you bought for your car, or for your brother, or for your sister. The main idea here is to be able to speak about things that you buy and why you bought it. Okay, so I would rather look on the internet for those for that information which is related to buying activities, shopping activities. Okay, so you should search on shopping, buying, or whatever. Okay, so you should make sure that you're able later you're able to talk about. If I change the question by saying, describe something that you liked, or then I said, describe something that you disliked very much and you vote for your home. You disliked, but you vote because you had to do it, or there was no other option. So you need to be able to say, I voted because I didn't have another option. For some of you, it's even difficult to say the same thing that I have already said, but you need to be able to answer to that in that situation. Why did you buy, even if you didn't like that? You need to be able to describe that. All right. So I think I'm pretty much clear. If you guys have any questions, fire them away. If you're not well, if you have further questions, if you can't think of those questions right now, I'm gonna be online on Telegram later until 2 p.m. I'm gonna meet you at 2 p.m. later, and I will try to ask you questions related to every single topic. I'm gonna send more than 8, maybe 10 topics to you, so that you can work on them. You can search on Google, write them down on a piece of paper, write them down. Okay, if you're not able to work with a computer, but even if you have a computer, it's the best activity for you to write them down, because you first you'll remember them. Second, you know how to write them. You know how to spell those words. There will be some new words for you, so you're gonna write the new words on a separate piece of paper or separate notebook where you're going to keep and learn them. And you are going to work with this notebook again and again and again until your examination, because I'm sure that there will be many questions related to books. I'm sure that there will be many questions related to buying. And at the same time, let's take a look at another topic and test 3 topics. Okay, here we go. This is the test 3, yes. And as you can see over here, we got part 2, and try to analyze. Okay, let's try to analyze. Do it yourself. What is the general topic of this question? Describe a very difficult task that you succeeded in doing as part of your work or studies. Okay, let me know what is the general topic of this question. Describe a very difficult task that you succeeded in doing as part of your work or studies. Okay, let me know what is the general topic. What would you type in Google to search for? What would you type in, well, on Google, but what would you search on Google? What would you Google after reading this question? Yeah, okay. Are you guys here? Let me know what is the general topic of this question. Yeah, well, again, yes, sir, you're going deep inside of the question. Um, Success, no, Muslim, it's not success. Tasks, yes, it's about tasks. Uh, Difficult and easy tasks. Interesting, bad tasks, positive and negative tasks, your tasks that you like and tasks that you don't like. So you need to very much be concentrated. You need to concentrate on the word task. You're going to write down positive things about tasks and negative things about tasks that human deals with. Okay, wow, we've got 30 minutes spent. Okay, I'm not gonna steal most of your time. I'm going to upload this video on YouTube. I hope you understood. If you couldn't, we're going to work on this later. So what you're going to do right now is start working on the subject. try to start Googling, try to be able to find out correct information related to a topic so you can correctly choose a vocabulary words to improve your ideas in specific topics. Okay, if you guys have no questions anymore, I'm going to go off and yeah, I'll be I will see you later at 2 p.m. Is that fine? Have you got the task? You understand everything that I explained? I'm going to send these tasks to you by Telegram so you can pick up them. And well, actually, you need to work on every single task that you will get from me. Okay? Is it clear? Let me know about it. This internet connection over here is not very good, so I just want to make sure that should we write or speak? I advise you again to take a piece of notebook, a piece of a piece of paper. I wouldn't say that you would work with a piece of paper because if you write in a notebook, you're going to work again and again. It's better for you to write them down. Write as much as possible. Okay, so for example, I have shown you how much I wrote about books. This is only the positive side of the books, which I have managed to doing. Now, I'd like to talk, I'd like to write down the negative side. So what I would do is I would go and Google and write down negative sides of books, negative sides of reading books. I'm going to search different in a different format. So you should write them. It's better for you to write because you can read them anytime you wish and you can improve your vocabulary by writing. Okay? Any other questions? Any other questions? I can see Murajan is over here. Murajan, I will ask you to be active on to be online because I would really ask you later to be an examiner and work with Ulugh asking him some questions. The same activity could be done by any one of you, for example, Mozam or Miyasar. I want you guys to feel like an examiner. I will send you a set of questions which you can ask from my student. That's how you're going to help him prepare for speaking test and help me to make sure that he doesn't have this anxiety inside. Write needful words and speak right. No, no, there's no word needful. Um, you don't need to write needful words. You need to write down everything, everything. For example, as I have done here, I wrote, for example, books play a significant role in our life. I didn't write it on a piece of paper. I didn't write it on a notebook because, I don't have this trouble. I don't have this problem with my writing. I don't have to really do this on a notebook, but I advise you to do this like that. You need to copy it, not by copy and paste, but by writing, by reading and writing it on a notebook. You will find later yourself that you've exposed yourself into this language. You have done a lot, and then you feel like you're a better writer. Okay, so you need to write the whole information that you find is related to that topic and is very important. Later during our lesson, I'm going to check what you've done and have you done it correctly. All right, guys. I think you guys have no other questions. I'm going to upload it as soon as it's ready. I'm going to upload it so you can watch the lesson right from the beginning, right from the place where I have explained everything in details. If you guys have any other questions related to this task, please feel free to write on my Telegram directly. I will be happy to answer. All right. See you guys soon. Don't stop working.